Hey guys, welcome to Homework Help for Year 5, Term 4, Week 1. On page 6, I'm just going to quickly do some of these questions up here before I do the homework questions. Express 17 on 20 as a decimal. Alright, so let's have a look here. Oops. Okay, so 17 on 20 is a fraction. To turn it to a decimal, first what we're going to do is make the bottom number into 100. Now to do that, we use multiplication, so we have to times it by something. So to get to 100, you can multiply by 5. So you do the same to the top. 17 times 5 would be 85. So 85 over 100, that's just 85%. Oh, actually it says it's a decimal. Okay, so that's just 0.85. Or you can think of it as, you can think of it as 85. 85 is being divided by 100. So 85 divided by 100. That means 85, the decimal place is right there. It's going to jump, let's put some zeros. It's going to jump backwards 2 spaces. So 0.85 is the answer. Okay. Alright, moving on. Increase $3.60 by 10%. So we need to find out what 10% is. Now 10% just means 10 over 100. We're going to put it from percentage into fraction and simplify this. This will be 1 over 10. 1/10 of a number just means take that number divided by 10. Okay. So 10% of 36, we take 36. We divide it by 10, and that's going to give us 36 cents. So it says increase $3.60 by the 10%, which is 36 cents. And you can work that out on your own. Question 14, a plane flying north turned clockwise through 180 degrees. What direction is it flying now? So it's flying north. Let's see, north, south, east, west. It's flying north and then it turns 180 degrees. So now it's flying south. Alright. Question 15. Number of days in the year 3,124. Okay, so all we're going to do is find out whether this number is divisible by 4. If it is, then it's a leap year. And leap year will have 366 days, while a normal year will only have 365. So if you look at this number, to find out whether it's divisible by 4 or not, we look at the last 2 digits. If the last 2 digit is divisible by 4, then the rest will be divisible by 4. 24 is divided by 4 with no remainders. Well, let's see, yes. That equals 6, 6 with no remainders. So therefore, this whole number is divisible by 4, so therefore it's a leap year, which means it's got 366 days. Question 16, what fraction of a circle is 90 degrees? So if you have a circle, and you cut the circle from the center at a 90 degrees, then you're going to get 1/4. Okay? Or you can think of it as 90 degrees over all the degrees in the side of a circle, that will be 360. And that's going to give you, if you simplify it, you're going to get 9 over 36. Simplify that again, you're going to get 1 over 4. Same thing, 1/4. Number 17. In the right angle triangle, ABC is 75, so you got this triangle, ABC. This one is 75 degrees. What's the size of the third angle? So let's say that's 90 degrees because it's the right angle triangle. So we know that these 3 angles add up to 180. So 90 plus 75 plus with this last angle is equal to 180. So 90 plus 75 is 165. 165 plus what gives me 180? So all you do is do 180, take away 165 and get the answer there. Question 18. 20 tons of potatoes at 140 a ton. So 1 ton is $140. The question is, how much is 20 tons? Just times this one by 20. So what we do, we times the other side by 20 and you get the answer. So do 140 times 20 and get the answer there. 19. How fast is Mr. Adams' car traveling if it travels 25 kilometers in 15 minutes? Okay, so how fast, it's mean they're looking for the speed. And speed is usually kilometers per hour. We want to know how many kilometers it travels in 1 hour. So we know that it travels 25 kilometers in 15 minutes. I'm not interested in 15 minutes. I'm interested in 1 hour, which is 60 minutes. Okay, so how do we go from 15 minutes to 60 minutes? We times it by 4. So what we do here, we times it by 4 as well. 4 times 25 is 100 kilometers. So the speed would be 100 kilometers per hour. Alright, question 20. At a sale, there was a discount of 33 1/3% on all goods. How much would I have to pay for a $57 cardigan? Okay. So 33 1/3%, that's the same as, what is it? That is same as 1/3 as a fraction. So this is percentage. And this is fraction. So all we gotta do is find out what 33 1/3% of the $57. Or we convert it to fraction. We say that's a third of means times $57 over 1. So that's 57 over 3. Okay, what's 57 divided by 3? That'll give you 19, and that's the answer. $19. Oh, hold on. At a sale, there was a discount. There's a discount of $19. So all we do is, we found this is the discount. So now we take $57, take away $19, and get the answer there. Alright. Roman numerals, you can do that on your own. Moving on to the next page. BODMAS. Alright, let's do some BODMAS. So we gotta look at this and do the brackets first. There's the brackets here. Whoops. There's brackets here. Okay, but in this bracket, there's inner brackets. So we're gonna do the most inner brackets first. So this one here. 17 minus 4 will give me 13. And we have 25 take away 13. So 25 take away 13, that should give me 12. So now we have 30 take away this whole thing, which is 12. 30 take away 12, you work at that one. Next one, you got the innermost bracket will be here. So this will be what? 16 minus 7, that's 9. And 9 times 10 in brackets divided by 30. So we do 9 times 10 first, that's 90. So we have 90 divided by 30, and that'll give us 3. Alright, next one. Innermost brackets first will be this one here, and this one here. So this one will be 24. This one will be 6. Alright, you can work that out on your own. So we do the most inner bracket first, okay, and then to divide. Next one, you're gonna get 8 times 17. Do that first, then do this first. 17 times 8, that is. 17 times 8, 56. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 5 will be 13. This will be 136 divided by, now this will be 25 take away 21, that's 4. So now we have 12 times 136 divided by 4 in brackets. So we do the brackets first. Then we do 136 divided by 4. You're going to get 3. This will be 12, 16, 4. This will be 34. All right. So this becomes 12 times, wait, what did I get? What was it? 34, that's right. 12 times 34, and work it out and get the answer. By the way, there should be another bracket here. I think that's missing a bracket. All right, next one. You got the most inner bracket will be this one. This will be a 7. 14 take away 7 is a 7. Okay, this bracket still exists here. So you got 29 plus 7, and then minus 10 and 150 outside. So do the brackets first. 29 plus 7 will be 36. So you're going to get 150, take away 36. Whoops. Take away 10. Do the left. You got, they're both minus, so do the left one first and then do the right one. Always left to right. So this will be 130. There'll be 114. Take away 10. Okay, you can work it out. All right. Let's see. Multiple choice questions. I spent half of my money on paper. So let's pretend we have this represented by our money. Rectangle, please. Okay. Okay. So I spent half of my money. This is a half here. Half of my money. Okay. And 1/3 of what remains. So this is already spent. Now this is what remains. Actually, I put spent on top. So now I spent half of my money on paper and 1/3 of what remains. So that means you take what remains and you divide it into 3 pieces, because you spent 1/3. What's left? So you spent 1/3. That means you have 2/3 left after you spend 1/3. That left me with $12. So this is $12. I must have started shopping with how much? So let's take $12 and it's $12 is represented by 2 pieces. So you take 12 divided by 2, you get 6. So that means each of these pieces is $6. So all of this would be 6 times 3, which is 18. Okay, this is also must be 18 as well. So that means you have 18 plus 18, which is 36. Question 2. How many lots of 1,000 are there in 1 million? So just take 1 million and divide it by 1,000. We can cross out the zeros. And there's your answer, which is C. Next question. We loaded 33 and 1/3% of the boxes. This is 1/3 as a fraction, from percentage to fraction. So let's draw this out. Oh. Okay. So imagine I spent I loaded 1/3, so I'm going to cut this into 3 pieces. So this part is you loaded this one. This is 1/3 here. They're all 1/3. That left 48 boxes. So that means you loaded this much and this is how much we have left. And this is 48. So what we do is we take 48 and so this is loaded. Alright, 48 divided by 2, and you're going to get 24. That means that each of these is 24. Let me put it in blue. How many boxes were there originally? So originally there was 24 plus 24 plus 24. Or you can do 24 times 3. And work it out, get the answer. Question 4. A triangle with exactly 2 equal angles is called what? So a triangle, so I'm going to draw a triangle here. What's all this? So 2 equal, sides, 2 equal angles. If it's 2 equal angles are equal, that means the 2 sides are equal, and this is called isosceles triangle. Question 5. When a number is divided by 2, 3, 4, or 5, the remainder is always 1. The smallest number with these properties is squared. The result would be what? So let's look at what number this is first. When a number is divided by all of these numbers, the remainder is always 1. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to find the lowest LCM, lowest common multiple. Common multiple. What that means is let's look at all the multiples of 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2 will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. These are the multiples of 2. Multiples of 3 will be 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. Multiples of 4 will be 4, 8, 12, and so on. 5 would be 5, 10, 15, so on. Okay. So we had to find the number that is common to all between all these and the lowest one. So if you do it this way, it will take you quite a long time. So we rather not waste our time. What we're going to do is have a look. If you notice that whatever we have with 4s, I'll put this in red. All the multiples of 4 is always divisible by 2 as well. So whatever you get for the 4s, you get for the 2s. So we don't need to worry about the 2s. We only need to worry about 3, 4, and 5. Because anything that's divisible by 4 is already, by default, divisible by 2. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. So what we're going to do is look at 3, 4, and 5. Alright. What's the lowest common multiple of 3, 4, 5? Well, between 3 and 4, we got 12. Okay. And then you got 5, so just multiply it by 5. Or you can think of it this way. Just do 12 and 5. Because we're only interested in 12 because 3 and 4. So 12 and 5, well, 12 is 12, 24, 36, 48, and then 60. 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way, and then 60. So that means we're going to use 60. The lowest common multiple of all of this is 60. 60 can be divided by 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's the lowest number that can do that. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So first of all, we have to find the lowest common multiple, which is 60, and then we're going to add 1 to it. So 60 plus 1, the answer is 61. And the reason I add 1 is because when the remainder is always 1. Okay, so if you take the number 61 and you divide it by 2, you're going to get a remainder of 1. If you take 61 divided by 3, you get a remainder of 1. 61 divided by 4, you get a remainder of 1. 61 divided by 5, you get a remainder of 1. So that's what we're actually looking for. So the number that you need is 61 to do that. Okay, so first we just figure out that it's 61. Now let's do the next step. Let me rub this out. Okay, So it says the smallest number with these properties is squared. Okay, so the number 61 is squared. It means 61 times 61. The result would be what? So you work out the answer for that, and you have to find out which one of these multiple choice is the one you should circle. Question 6. What is the most likely number needed to continue the series? To continue the series, we need to find a pattern. So from here to here, I double it. So actually, let's see if I add something. This will be add 13. This will be add, what is it, 15? This will be add 17. This will be add 19. And you can see the pattern, right? 13, 15, 17, 19. The next one is going to be 21. So each one is just 2 more than the other. So from 13 to 15, let's just add 2. 15, 17, let's just add 2. Add 2. So this one must add 2. So from the next number we should add is 21, because 21 is 2 more than 19. So we do 76 plus 21, and you're going to get 97, which is B. Alright, next page. What is the smallest 2-digit number? Well, a 2-digit number, the smallest one, let's see, the smallest one, can we use 0 as the first one? Suppose you can't use the number 0. So this one, you have to use, the first one will have to be a 1, and the smallest one will be 0. So the reason we can't use 0 for the first one is because then this will become, this is only a 1-digit number. Okay, so if this is, say you have 0, 1. This is no longer a 2-digit number, this is a 1-digit number. Because this doesn't count if you put a 0 now. So you have to put at least a 1 in the first number, and the second one can be a 0. So the smallest 2-digit number is a 10. The largest 2-digit number, so the largest digit number is 9 and 9. 100 will be 3 digits, so you can't choose 100. The smallest 3-digit number, the smallest 3 digit will be a 1, 0, 0. The largest 3-digit number is 9, 9, 9. The smallest 4-digit number is 1 and 4 zeros. The largest 4-digit number is 9, 9, 9, 9. It says find the smallest 2-digit number with 7 in the 10th place. Okay. So the 7 must be in the, so 7 is in the tens place, and then you want the smallest, so it'll be 0, 70. The largest 2-digit number with a 5 in the tens place, so 5 must be in the tens place, but they want the largest, so 59. Smallest 2-digit number with 2 in the units place, so we want, there's two digits, so that we want a 2 in the 2 units place, and we want the smallest, oops. So that means this will be a 1. Question D is largest 2-digit number with a 6 in the units place. The largest will be 96. Okay. Smallest 3-digit number. So you got 3 digits with 4 in the hundreds place. So the 4 here. And they want the smallest. So the rest just put 0. Now they want the largest 3-digit number, so 3-digit number again, and with 8 in the hundredths place, so 8 here in the hundredth place, and they want the largest, so we just put 99. Another 3-digit number, and it says so there's a smallest 3-digit number with the 3 in the tens place, so 3 must be in the tens place, and they want the smallest, so this will be a 1 and a 0. We can't choose 0 here because it'll be otherwise it'll be a 2-digit number instead of 3-digit. Okay. Question 3. How many times greater is the value of 7 in the value than the value of 7 in the second? Okay. So you got 7 here and 7. How many times greater? Well, we're comparing 700 with the number 7. How many times greater? Well, isn't that 100 times greater? 700, so we write the answer is 100 times. This one is 70,000, okay, compared with 70. So just do 70,000 divided by 70. Cross out the zeros. So that'll be 7,000 divided by 7. That's just 1,000. That's 1,000 times larger. This is 70 million. And we're comparing it to 700. 700. So that's 7 here. That's 700. Alright, cross out the zeros. So you got 7, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 divided by 7. Whoops. So that's just a 1 and 1. So that's 1. How much is the zeros are there? That's 100,000 times. Bond mass. Alright. So do the most inner bracket first. This will be 4 times 8 is 32. 3 times 7 is 21. Add them together. And minus 13 in the brackets. And then divided by 2. So you have, let me just put that here. So when you have, we do the brackets first. So we have plus and minus. You got to do the left first and then the right. So 32 plus 21, that'll be 53, okay? So this turns into 53, then we take away 13, that becomes 40. So we're going to have from here, we're going to get 40 divided by 2, and that gives us 20. Okay, this will be the most inner bracket, so that's 25. 47, take away 25, what do we get? This will be 22. Okay, so all of this turns into 22. Okay, so you have 198 divided by 9 times 22. When you have divide and times, do the left first. So 198 divided by, what is it? Divided by 9. You're going to get 2. This will be 18. This will be 118 to 22. So this will be 22. This whole thing is 22. So you have 22 times 22. And you work out the answer there. Next page. Okay, this page we've done already. So the answers are there. We've done this in class for the most part. And last page. Alright, these are revision questions. You can do this. The first one is just, oops. It's just 87.4 divided by 2. Do long division like this. The second one is, okay, so 0.3 times 0.03. So what you can do here is just think of, how do I turn this into a whole number? Move decimal place to the right 1 time. And how do I turn the second one to the whole number? You move it 2 times. So altogether, I move the decimal place to the right 3 times. Okay, so now we got 3 times 3. So the whole number is 3 times 3. That gives me 9. Decimal place is after the 9. Now let's now we have to move the decimal back. Move back 3 times. So we're going to jump 1, 2, 3, but we don't know where it lands. So let's rewrite this. Let's put that 9 back there, and let's put a couple zeros to see where it lands. So 1, 2, 3. So it lands right there. So that means the answer is 0.009, and that's the answer. Question 3. If you want to add the decimals, just make sure the decimals in the right column. So 9.2 plus. Do not put the 4 here. This is wrong. Okay. The 4 is a whole number. All the whole numbers must go into this column. So you put a 4 here, and you can put a .0 if you like, if that helps. Next one is 0.12. Add them up. And you can get the answer. Next one, we're going to subtract. So we're going to make sure the decimal's in the correct column. So 7.2 take away 0.04. Now, this one doesn't have any number here. Okay, so what we're going to do is put a 0 there. And do a subtraction, get the answer. Question 5. You're going to add these two fractions. Okay, so to add them, I'm going to add the whole numbers first. So I'm going to start with the 5 and the 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. We know we have 8 wholes. Now, 1 6 plus 2 9s. So let's do that separately. 1 over 6 plus 2 over 9. Now we want to make them to have the same bottom number. So the best way to find the the lowest common multiple is just to look at the 6 and 9, which one's larger. Obviously the 9 is larger, and you're going to write the multiples of 9 downwards. So you're going to write 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, just a few, and that's enough. And say which one of these can be divided by 6? Well, 36 can be divided by 6, but 18 can also be divided by 6. So we choose the lowest one, we choose 18. So we put 18 to both sides here. Okay, great. Now I say, how do I get to 18? Well, to get to 18 from 6, I must times it by 3. Times it by 3. So that's 3 over 18. How do I get from 9 to 18? Well, that's times it by 2, times it by 2, which gives me a 4. And this is add. So you're going to get over 18. 3 plus 4 is just 7. So now the answer is 8 and 7 over 18. And that's your answer there. Okay, moving on to question 6. Okay, so now we're doing subtraction. Okay, so 9 take away, let me see if this works. Yeah, it should work. 9 take away 2, that gives me 7. So I'm going to put a 7 whole there. Now we do this, we do the fractions separate. So let's, 7 over 11 take away 3 over 5. Now we're going to make them both into this. So let's find out the lowest common multiple. So let's look at these two numbers, 5 and 11. The larger of the two is 11, so we write down the multiples of 11. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. 55 can be divided by 5, so we're going to choose 55 as our lowest common multiple. So to get to 55, I'm going to have to multiply this by 5, times it by 5. 5 times 7 is 35. And times this one by 11, times this one by 11, so that's 33. It's a takeaway. So 35 take away 33 would be 2 over 55. Alright. So that means the answer is 7 whole and 2 over 55. There's your answer. Question 7. Increase 900 by 15%. So we're going to take 900. We're going to add it with 15% of 900. So we need to work out this first. So 15% of 900. So that's, now we're going to change the percentage into a fraction. So that's 15 over 100. That's to fraction. Of means times. And 900 is 900 over 1 because it's a whole number. Alright. Now we just have to cross out the zeros. 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom, 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom. And you're going to get 9. So 15 times by 9 over 1 times 1. So 9 times 15 is what? 10 times 15 is 150. 9 times 15 is 145. So this would be equal to 145 over 1, which is just 145. So, to answer the question, we're going to do 900 plus with this 145 and get the answer there. Okay. So this whole thing turns into 145. So you do 900 plus 145, and that's why we do that. Question 8. Find the amount if 75% is 30. Let's change this one into a fraction. 75% is 75 over 100. Okay, let's simplify that. That will be, let's divide top and bottom by 5. Divide the bottom by 5, you get 20. The top is 75, that can be divided by 5. 75, so that's 1 and 5. So it'll be 15 over 20. We can divide it by 5 again, so this will be 3 over 4. So 75% is same as 3/4. Now it says find the amount if 3/4 is 30. So all I did was change 75% into 3/4. I'm gonna rub that. Okay, so this is let me just change this. So 3/4 is 30. Okay, so you can think about it like this: 3/4 is equal to 30. So it says find the amount, find the whole amount. So they want 4 quarters. They want 4 quarters there. Actually, let me just. What is the amount? So 3/4 go to 1/4. Okay, so we divide from 3 to 1. We divide it by 3. So we divide this one by 3, and we get 10. And then for 1/4 to, whoops, this should be 4 quarters, sorry. So we want 1 to 4/4, we times it by 4, so we times it by 4, and we get 40. Another way to think of it is like this. Okay, divide this into 4 pieces, so alright. The reason I divided it into 4 pieces because we're dealing with quarters here. 3/4. Okay, so we know that 3/4, they say 3/4 is 30. Alright. So if 3/4 is 30, that means that 3 pieces make up 30. So 30 divided by 3, each piece is going to equal to 10. They're all equal to each other, so they're all supposed to be evenly divided, so it's 10 each. So now we have, it says find the amount. Well, this is the whole amount. 10, 10, 10, 10, so that's 40. That's another way to think about it. Alright, next one is how many years in 4 scores and 3 years? So 1 score is equal to 20 years. So that's 4 lots of 20. And 3, so then you add 3. So this will be 6. This will be 80. 80 plus 3 is 83. Question 10. Change 76% into a fraction. So all we're going to do is put the number 76 over 100. And now you need to simplify it. Okay, so just divide it by, let's divide it by 2. We know they're both divisible by 2. They're even numbers. So what's 76 divided by 2? Let's find out. 2 times 3 is 6. Take away, you're going to get 1. Bring the 6 down. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that's to be 38. 100 divided by 2 is just 50. And keep simplifying. Divided by 2 again. Divided by 2, you're going to get 19 and over 25. And that's it. 19 is a prime number. We stayed here. This is the most simplest we're going to get. Alright, next one says change 7 over 9 into percentage. Now we know that 1 over 9 is 0.1 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and forever going. Okay, so 7 over 9 must be 0.777 ongoing. Now to change this one into a percentage from decimal to a percentage, we just have to times it by 100. So 0.7777 times it by 100, and you're going to get 77.77. Because when you times it by 100, decimal places jumps to the right 2 times. So it ends at there, which is 77.77%. But it says to the nearest percentage, so that will be 78%. There you go. And 2 more. Oh, okay. This one. So you're going to add this one. So I add the whole numbers first. 3 plus 2 is 5. Actually, I'll put 5 here. Now, we do 1/4 plus with 1 over 11. Now, we look at these two. We say, 11 is the bigger number. So we're going to write down the multiples of 11. So 11, 22, 33, 44. 44 can be divided by 4. So we choose 44 as our lowest common multiple. Now, to turn a 4 into a 44, we times it by 11 and times the top by 11. To turn 11 into a 44, we times it by 4 and we times it by 4. So here you're going to get 11, because 11 times 1, and 4 times 1 is just 4, and we add it. So you're going to get 15 over 44. So that's the fraction part, and you're going to put it right here. So the answer is 5 whole and 15 over 44. Next one, we do a times. This is a multiplication, so we're going to change this one to improper. We can't multiply it directly like this. This has to be changed improper first. So this will be 1 times 6 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so 7 over 6, times, this is 2 times 8, 16, 16 plus 5 is 21 over 8. Now, let's simplify this before we do our multiplication. I can think of these two. Okay, they can both be divided by 3. Divide this one by 3, you get 2. Divide this one by 3, you get 7. So now your question becomes 7 over 2 times 7 over 8. We can't simplify any further, so we just multiply it across. We get 49 over 16. Alright, now you can just leave your answer like that, that's fine. This one can't be simplified, just leave the answer like that. If you really want to, you can turn it into mixed numerals and say how many 16 go into 49. That's going to be 3, because 3 times 16 is 48, and remainder 1 over 16. You can do that if you want. But this answer is also correct. Okay, last question. We're doing a division, so here's the question. We're doing a division, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change 9 on 9.5 into an improper fraction. So that'll be 9 times 2, which is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19 over 2. Change this one into improper fraction. Actually, no, this is already in a fraction that we can use. So really the question becomes 19 on 2 divided by 2 on 3. Alright, so it's a divide question. So when we do that, we just flip this upside down. So we're going to get 19 on 2, and this will be a 3 on 2. And we change a divide into a times. Okay, can we simplify anything? No, we can't. So just multiply it across. So 3 times 19, what's that? 3 times 9 is 27. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5, so that becomes 57 over 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer is 57 on 4. Or if you want to, you can change it into mixed numerals and say how many 4s go into 57. Well, that's going to be 14. So 4 times 14 will be 56. and a remainder 1 over 4. So both of these answers is correct. And that should be the end of that one. Hope that helps.